Okay folks, so I'm going to make this video as quick as I possibly can. There's been a fix released for Stormlands just 4 days ago for rendering it with Revive. Now to do this, again, you're just going to go to this link right here. I'm going to drop it in the video description below. So you're going to download this renderfix.zip. Now in my case, since I've already downloaded it, I have it in there. But just in case, we're going to go in here, we're going to go into downloads. As you can see, there it is. We're going to show this in the folder below. I'm going to click on this link right here, and you can see that there's kind of a couple of them. Now, I have the render fix and the Stormland fix. Now, why do you need two? And the answer is because the two of them are different. So one of the render fixes fixes the textures in the game to be able to actually display properly on your computer as opposed to having kind of out of sync FOV, and the other one is just the Revive fix to get it up and running. So I'm going to give you guys the links to both of them in here so you can see that the other one is going to be the second kind of release to be able to fix the renderer itself. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go back into wherever Revive is installed. So let's say that in my case I'm going to go into local disk C, so you can see Revive is in here. What you're going to do is you're going to open the zip file. You're going to take the files that you see in here, which are going to be basically in the Revive folder, and you're just going to drag them into an empty space. So this is the same thing that you're going to do with the Stormland fix as well. So as you can see, you can just take this whole folder, you're going to drag it in here, and at that point it's going to ask you to replace some files. Now something to keep in mind when you do get this, and make sure that the game is installed to the main Oculus library that you use. Otherwise what's going to end up happening is you're not going to see it on the Revive dashboard. I ran into this issue myself. Something else is I needed to actually restart my computer before all of this started working. So that was kind of one of those other things that needed to happen. So again, two things that you're going to need to copy over into your Revive folder. So you're going to see this Revive folder itself that you'll copy into here, and then you just want to paste it into an empty space, and you're going to copy these kind of files right here and place them in here. That way the renderer gets fixed for the game itself. So now let me show you the game actually running on my hardware, so you know I'm not just messing around and it does actually work. That way you can get it running on your own. In the meantime, until they actually release a full and fully functional fix, which should actually also fix the latency issues that we've been seeing with this. Alright guys, well, I am now officially in Stormlands, and it's pretty freaking awesome. I can move around. I've got my index controller up and running, which is also very cool. And yeah, this is now the game. So I'm going to see how well I do. There's a bit of a lag in terms of the controllers and the way that those are being tracked, so I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to get through this right now. And I still have a bit of tweaking to do on my headset as well, and I keep getting this little connection message here in the left bounding box. But very cool nonetheless, and I don't have the greatest hardware either, so let's see how well this will work. Pretty easy so far. Look at that. Very neat design. Whoa. So there's a bit of a, I think, texture depth error, even though I have a fix for it. But, you know, somehow the FOV feels just a little bit off. But then again, I might just be kind of jaded by the other VR experiences that I've had in the past. Nonetheless, very cool. Let's see if, strange that it's still giving me this little box here. Let's see if I can just, maybe I can go into the menu here. Try this again. I guess that's not going to go away anytime soon. That's unfortunate. Kind of interferes with everything, but it wasn't there earlier, I swear to God. Just decided to do that after my base stations got kind of knocked out of whack. Let's see, I probably shouldn't go in this water because it's electrified. Probably need to go around. Let's see, just get around this way, I guess. Look at that. Looks like I can just kind of sneak about this way. Very cool. Alright, let's see. Yeah, the tracking, I feel like, is not quite one-to-one. But that could be my hardware. I'm running a 1080 Ti. It is slightly overclocked. I also have a Ryzen 3700X for my CPU. 16 gigs of 3200 megahertz RAM. Nothing crazy. That's pretty cool. Nice. But yeah, it's definitely not like one-to-one, and I don't know if it's lag and revive, or if it's you know, something to do with, again, my hardware, because I've had trouble with some Oculus games before, like Defector, just getting this to run in general. But let's see, what is this? Huh. Very cool. I guess there's going to be a lot of grabbing or a lot of collecting here. Still have that annoying little window, but I might just have to restart the game later to have that go away. Nonetheless, I mean, it's actually working really well. I mean, aside from the little input lag here and there, I'm seeing this completely fine. All of the finger tracking works, you know, to the best degree that it can, that is being emulated. It looks like inverse kinematics working pretty well too. Let's see here. Push that down. Whoa, that's a trip. I guess that's just a little memory fragment again. Very beautiful though, actually. And even though I'm on the Vive Pro, which has quite significant screen door effect, you know, this still looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just looking at this, it's incredible. Definitely, you know, having played Half-Life in VR now with Gary's mod, I think this is like the next best thing. You know, definitely also not floating around in space like we do in Lone Echo is another kind of nice feature, because you're actually able to walk around. And you can use teleport as well to get around if you don't like the smooth motion. You can also do the same thing for turning. Like if you don't want to turn with your head, you can do other stuff too. I prefer turning with my head though. It's just kind of nice. Let's see, can I grab this? I guess maybe I can't. I do have a pretty small play space in general, so that does make it a little bit more difficult to get around. Okay, still not really sure. I guess this is the upgrade station right here. Very cool robot design. Cool. Still very neat. Okay. Can I just grab my arm off? Oh, you know what? I have to pull this arm. There we go. Put that in there. Nice. Whoops. I guess there goes my arm. Huh. Oh, that's a blaster. So, if you hold that down, you get a blaster. Very cool. Wonder what else they want me to do now. Shoot these things, that's pretty neat. Definitely has a very kind of Killzone vibe to it in terms of the design. That's not something I would have expected from this game, but nonetheless very, very neat. Can I pick up hammers and stuff? I guess not. We'll have to wait for Boneworks to see that stuff in action. I guess not everything's quite interactive in the environment. The one thing I don't necessarily like is how much fog there is in everything, but otherwise, so far so good. A little bit of latency on the laser shots too. Can I shoot 2 lasers at the same time? I guess not. Huh. Got some destructible crates. Could use some cooler guns, that's for sure. Alright, let's see what we got here. Love looking at my arms. Okay. Palm menu, huh? Oh wait. Only palm upwards? Uh-huh. Apparently I'm dumber than a freaking billboard, but that's okay. Still have that thing in the way, unfortunately. Aha, very cool. How do I grab it? Can I store this thing? There, nice. It's always useful. Okay. How do I launch this guy? There we go. A little bit of haptics going on right now. I can feel it vibrating through my controller. Neat. Would have been cool if it didn't white out the whole screen though. Getting a bunch of floaters in my eyes. Dang, that's really pretty. I feel like because of the colors of this headset, this just makes it like that much better. Alright, so I guess I have to click on this guy. Oh, okay. Can I get out of this menu? I'm not sure what it wants me to do now. Objectives, I guess. Okay. So I can move, but all of a sudden my joystick doesn't want to let me move. So that's kind of interesting. It's like room scale's been enabled, but nothing else has. Let's see. Controls, I guess. It's not what I want. Maybe I should reload. Yeah, so something's definitely broken on this level, which is kind of weird. But it did get rid of that menu that I had before. A little bit of latency when I turn my head, so I guess my performance isn't really quite up to par here. Sweet spot on this headset isn't exactly the greatest either, which does not make it the most pleasant experience, but nonetheless it looks decent, I guess, for what it is. Let's see. I think I might have to probably let you guys go here for this session, but anyway, now at least you know how to get this up and running, at least up until this level. I'm going to try and see if it works any better later on, but the room scale tracking works. The feet tracking is obviously not one-to-one, but you can walk around, that's for sure. Definitely get stuck in whatever position you're in. See how the crouch mechanics work. I guess they're pretty decent, not really 100% either. I feel like my height is not super correct relative to my body, but that's probably okay. Still very cool that it's actually able to run now on the Revive. I guess you guys didn't necessarily know about that, and now, you know, you can use other headsets to play with this thing. I know that I've used my Windows Mixed Reality headsets with Revive before. Not always super successfully, usually ran a little bit slow, but you gotta remember to turn off the reproject in the Windows menu to get the performance up a little bit. I'll probably have to do a video on that as well at some point. But until my next video in this game, I'll see you guys